Good morning, my dear children. Good morning to all of you KG2. Let's see if you remember the days of the week. Now, if I ask you, how many days are there in a week? You should answer and say, there are 7 days. Right. Let us say the nursery rhyme about the 7 days. There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If the day's Thursday today, if today is Thursday, what's the day tomorrow? Today's Thursday. What's the day tomorrow? Who can tell me? And what is the date? The date now, the date. The date. Today is the 9th of April 2020. Okay. Yesterday was Tuesday. Yesterday was Tuesday. What is the day today? What is the day today? Today is Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. This is an example. But if I say to you, yesterday was Wednesday. What is the day today? What is the day today, KG2? Who can tell me? Our lesson today is about punctuation. Now, if I say to you, how many different pieces of punctuation can you think of? What I mean is, when you are writing or when you are reading, you have to read with punctuation, because I can't read a story and say, for example, the boy went to school and he carried his bag in his hand. And then when he got to the classroom, he knocked the door and the teacher said, "Who is there?" That doesn't sound nice. But if I say, the boy went to school carrying his bag, and when he got to the door, he knocked the door and the teacher asked, "Who's there?" You see the difference? There's a difference when you're speaking, and also there's a difference when you're writing. So that is why you should use punctuation. Did you understand the first thing what I said about punctuation? Right, we're talking about punctuation, right? So how many different pieces of punctuation can you think of? Let's begin with the first one we can think of together is capital letters, right? When we want to write a sentence, I will give you a sentence and tell you how to do it, okay? I study at Mawahib British Private School, right? So the first word should be I, it should be a capital letter. Secondly, we should leave spaces between the words, like I study. When I write the word I put my finger on the line, right? And I put the S, remove my finger and write the next word, study. And then I study at, I'll put my finger again between the words so I can read them nicely. At the end of this sentence, I must put a full stop. It's a meaningful sentence. I study at Mawahib British Private School. I put a full stop. So you can write this on a sheet of paper for the full stop. We've finished now. We finished the capital letter. We finished the spaces. And we finished for the full stop. So the kinds of punctuation are using a capital letter. When you're writing, you begin your sentence with a capital letter. Don't forget to put your finger between each word, right? So everybody can read it. Then if you're asking a question in this sentence, you must put at the end of your sentence a question mark. So that sentence is asking a question sentence, for example. And if you're just saying a sentence, the boy likes to play football. What do you put at the end? A full stop. That means finished. You've said the sentence and it's a meaningful sentence. We understand from this sentence that the boy likes to play football. Finished. Stop. That means you put a full stop. Then you have here question mark, we've said. Exclamation mark is if you are, for example, saying a story, and remember what's her name? Little Red Riding Hood, when she went into the room and knocked the door, and she thought it was her grandmother, but it wasn't her grandmother. It was the big bad wolf, and she was surprised because he's got big teeth. So when she was surprised, she says, "Oh, but grandmother, what big teeth you have!" She's surprised. So when we write that sentence, we put an exclamation mark. It's when we're excited, or when we shout, or when we're surprised, we put an exclamation mark. Now we're talking about the exclamation mark. Right, I'll give you an example. If I'm carrying a big tray with a lot of things, or a box which is heavy, and it's quite heavy and I can't carry it, what do I shout? I say, "Help! Help! I'm going to drop the box." So you're shouting, okay? So when you shout for help, you put an exclamation mark, you see? Still here, now we've got the question mark. We will use the same sentence. Let's see how I'm going to ask about this sentence. What's the name of your school? What's the name of your school? What is the name of your school? What's the name of your school? What do I put at the end of this sentence? Think. Yes, I'm asking a question. I must put a question mark. So you write the sentence, what is the name of your school? And put the question mark. Very good. Why do we use popping punctuation? Why do we need to make sure that we use the correct punctuation in our writing when we are writing? Why? Because if we do not use the correct punctuation, our writing may be unclear and it may not make sense to the reader. So, if I don't put a full stop or a question mark, I won't know what I'm reading. I'll just read anything. But when there's a question mark, I will know it's a question. When there's an exclamation mark, I know I'll be surprised and I have to say, for example, today we went to the zoo and we saw many animals. Full stop. Oh, we saw the lion too. You see? So I put an exclamation mark after I say, oh. And also another sentence, punctuation shows the reader where our sentences start and where they finish, and makes what we are saying easy to understand. Yes, if I say, I put my books in my bag. So I finish the sentence here, I put a full stop. I is the beginning and my bag is at the end. So it shows us that when we start the sentence and where we finish. Very good. Right. Before we start the next part of our lesson, we're going to play a game. Now, all of you stand up. Stand up. Right. Everybody standing up. Everybody ready? And mommy. Mama as well. Stand up, everybody. Right. We're going to play a game. It's called Eddie Says. Now, if Eddie says, do this, you have to do it. If I don't say Eddie, you don't do it. And if you don't do it, you've lost the game. You have to go out on the side and sit down, okay? Right. Eddie says, jump 2 times. Eddie says, jump 2 times, only 2. 1, 2. Very good. Eddie says, sit down. Stand up. Ah, you all stood up, right? You lost the game. Come back later. Hidden punctuation. Which piece of punctuation is hidden? It's hidden behind the balloon, right? So you have to read it and you have to say what's missing. Listen to the sentence carefully and then you tell me what is missing, okay? Right. How old are you? How old are you? What's missing? Now, when you see somebody and they come to the classroom, a new student, a newcomer into the classroom, and the teacher's standing there, she says, "What is your name? What is your name?" What is she doing, the teacher? Is she saying a sentence or is she asking a question? What is your name? What's missing here? Think. Well done. It's a question mark. Very good. I am 6 years old. I am 6 years old. What is missing here? What should I do? It's a sentence. Can you see it? It's not a question. It's not an exclamation mark. It is a sentence, right? They have the spaces, the finger spaces there between the words. Look at the end. There's a full stop. What should there be? What's missing? What's wrong? Not missing, it's there, but it's wrong. What should it be? Look, I am 6 years old. What should we put? At the end, there's a full stop, but look at the beginning. Yes, it should be a capital letter. Very good. Right, listen to this one. All of you went on the bus home. You've all gone home from school, okay? And when the cleaners are cleaning the classrooms, they found a bag. And they don't know who this bag belongs to. So when you come back to school the next day, I will ask you in the classroom and say to you, "Is this your bag? Is this your bag?" I'm looking for the owner of this bag and I'm asking everybody one by one, "Is this your bag?" What should I put at the end of the sentence? Now, listen, what I want you to do really also, I would like you to get a sheet of paper and write these sentences. When you get the answer, put the punctuation yourself at the end, okay? So you can redo it again. It'll be extra practice for you so you don't make a mistake when you're writing, okay? Now we're talking about fruit and vegetables because we eat healthy, right? And then you come up with a sentence and you say, "The lemon is sour." The lemon is sour. You're saying, you're giving information about the lemon. The lemon is sour. It's a sentence. Look at the sentence at the end. They've put you a full stop. And this one, listen carefully. Which piece of punctuation is hidden behind the balloon? Right, let's see. I like to play with my friends. It's a sentence. It begins with a capital letter. The spaces are there. But look at the end. Look at the end. To end this sentence, what is missing? Don't forget it is really small and it's a very small circle. Quickly, everybody shout. What is it? Shout. What is it? Quickly, think. At the end, what should I put? It's a round, round, round little thing. What do I call it? Well done. It's a full stop. Very good. To stop the sentence, because it has a beginning and an end in the sentence. Very good. Right. This is a tricky one. You might not understand this one. Let me explain it to you carefully. What time is it? Now look here. Look at this one. What time is it? You see, in the beginning, can you read it? Really, I can't. What time is it? It's a bit of a mess. It looks a mess and I can't read it because something is wrong. What do you think is wrong? Can you see? Can you see how many words there are there? What at a time is it? Is that right? No, we did not use something correctly. We didn't do something. What punctuation is missing? Think carefully, right? On a sheet of paper, write this sentence correctly so you know how to answer me. Write the sentence on a piece of paper next to you and then you will know what the mistake is. There are 4 words there, but I can see only 3 here, so there's a mistake. There's something they missed to do. What is it? Think. Yes, excellent. Finger space. They did not put the finger space between what and the word time. That's why I can read it. What at a time is it? What's this? That's funny. I like eating pizza. Look at this sentence. What's missing? What is wrong in it? Now, on your sheet of paper next to you, write it correctly. They've made a mistake here. I want you to write it correctly. And then wait for the answer to come up on the screen, okay? Very good. There's something wrong here. Is it a full stop? No, the full stop is there. Is it a capital letter? The capital letter is there in the beginning. Look in the middle. There's something wrong. You think and write it. Come on. Quickly. I know you know it. Yes, very good. Very good. Your finger space. There's no finger space. Good, boys and girls. Write it correctly on your piece of paper. What a sunny day it is. What a sunny day it is. When you look out the window and you like the weather, it's really nice, and you say, what a sunny day it is. What's missing at the end? Am I asking a question? Is it just a sentence? Or am I happy and surprised that the weather is really nice? Think. Which balloon? Think. Yes, perfectly right. Now you're sitting with your friend and you're talking together and you remember that last month on Sunday, maybe it was Sunday or any day, and you say, how heavy the rain was that day. Oh, it was very heavy. How heavy the rain was that day. You're really surprised about how much rain there was. So what do we put at the end? I'm not asking a question, although there is how. It's not a question, it's a surprise. And you're really surprised it was really raining heavily. So what do we put? Question mark? We said no, it's not a sentence. What do you think it is? I'm surprised. Come on, KG2D. Come on, everybody. Neda. Come on, Neda, think. You're a clever girl. Noura. Yes, it's an exclamation mark.